Hello and welcome to the Cameo show. Today is an extremely special episode. If you're watching the video, you have Greg and I in the same shot.
That's right. It's a big deal.
I mean, it's Thanksgiving week and today...
Hey, the cat's out of the bag. We're in the same house when we do these.
We're married.
Okay.
It's Thanksgiving week and today's episode is all about how to keep your cool when you go to your Thanksgiving celebrations. I've got my top 3 tips, and Greg's going to help provide color and commentary. So it should be a good time. I hope you
pressure.
hold on tight. Before we get into the tips, Greg has a dad joke.
Why was the turkey asked to join the band?
I don't know.
Because he could bring his own drumsticks.
Ah, appropriate in so many ways. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Good. You can share that one at the dinner table.
Yeah.
Okay, so tips. Tip number 1 for staying calm during your family it doesn't have to be family, I guess, but usually family Thanksgiving celebrations. Be prepared with your own boundaries. What do I mean by that? I mean, be prepared with what your response is going to be when you might start to feel elevated, anxious, angry. Have a plan. Be prepared with a response so that you don't just react. So, for example, someone might say something that puts you in that state, right? I'm going to lose my cool. My plan is I'm going to excuse myself to the restroom. And there I'm going to take as many deep breaths as it takes to be able to return to the table with a clear mind and a less heightened emotional state.
That's a great plan.
Plan number 2 could be, because you might have to do this more than once, so maybe you don't want to keep going to the restroom. Excuse me. Plan number 2 could be that you excuse yourself to the kitchen and accidentally find yourself in a guest bedroom screaming in a pillow. That could also work.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, be prepared with a response so that you don't find yourself in a reactive state where then you say something or do something that you might regret later or that might make you look like the idiot instead of who actually is. Also, just remember that no is a complete sentence. No, thank you. No, period, right? So have some of this casserole. No, thank you. Complete sentence. You don't have to say why you don't want any. You don't have to explain your food allergies. You don't have to explain your preferences. No is a complete sentence. So be prepared with your boundaries.
And also just know that people just are trying to be nice. So it's not like anyone's like trying to do anything to you. So when you have this plan, it's like, it's just your strategy of how you're going to deal with something that you know you're going to have to deal with.
Which is a great segue to tip number 2. Manage your expectations. Just know that, unpopular opinion here, probably, it's not going to go smooth and everybody's not going to get along and it's not going to be just the most awesome 4 to 6 hours of your life. Just because it's Thanksgiving and you're all together, like stuff is not going to go right. People are going to say things that you might not agree with. They're going to behave in ways that you might not agree with. They're going to have opinions and food selections and choices that you might not agree with. And if you expect that it's just going to be everyone having a great time, getting along, no issues, you're likely going to be stressed out and disappointed.
Yeah, and my strategy on this is, and this is pretty much every day, but reduce your expectations to almost nothing. I mean, it's so sad to say that, but I'm the type of person that looks both ways at a roundabout.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you can't expect anything. I mean, people are just going to say things, make you feel a certain way, so just managing that expectation and reducing it to the most lowest acceptable level really helps, because then when someone is polite or then someone holds the door for you or then someone actually does behave or in a way that you're like surprised and like, wow, I wasn't expecting that, and then you can really appreciate the day and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, that's great advice. The other thing that I would say is try to find the humor in what's going on and just constantly remind yourself that this is temporary. And then back to number 1, revert to, screaming at a pillow, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, and also I would just say, if you reframe it as I get to, there's a lot of opportunity to have appreciation and gratitude for the opportunity to get together with friends and family. And, it's a thing that we sometimes feel like, we got to drive over here have to do. But if you reframe it to I get to, it really does change it to a different place in your heart where you have a lot more love and understanding, and because you never know what day is going to be your last day. So
that's right. And number 3. What's number 3?
No, I don't know.
And number 3, remember that you don't have to have an opinion on everything. So you're prepared through your responses. You've managed your expectations. Now you have to manage yourself. And the best way that I can say to do that is to just remember that while everyone might have an opinion about politics, religion, kids and their cell phones, gluten-free meals, whatever it is that everyone has an opinion about, that they feel like they're expressing or need to express in that moment, you don't have to. You're not like winning anything. You're not cowering down. You can simply just say, oh, I hadn't thought of that. Or thank you for bringing that to my attention. Or the all-time greatest hit.
On 3, ready?
1, 2, 3.
You might be right. That
Zinger.
That's a good one. So it really does kind of throw people off when you say that, because it's like you're acknowledging that they might be right, and nothing feels better than being right. So it's like, you might be right.
While at the same time offering a backhand.
Honey, that's not what this... You're like being catty right now.
No, I'm not. It's true.
What do you mean a backhand?
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Oh, okay. Good.
While also offering possibly a backhand, especially when they know you don't agree with them, but you just kindly offer that they might be right.
Okay.
When they know that you don't mean it.
It's like friendly fighting.
Yeah, that.
But we don't have to do any backhands with our words. We don't have to do that. That's called passive aggressiveness. This is all about like getting through the day happily, not going in there and being passive aggressive and backhand compliments for people.
Yep. That's exactly what all these tips are about.
What?
Excuse me. I have to use the restroom.
Oh my God.
We hope you have a safe and happy...
10 more tips on how to give better backhanded compliments on Thanksgiving.
We hope you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving full of love.
Boy, your sweater looks nice. Did you get your hair cut?
Wonderful, nutritious, fulfilling, and sometimes sugary, indulgent food, and plenty of heartwarming memories to keep for the years to come. So from our family to your family and to you, have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.